which I'd be interested to hear your opinion on and how it happened, which is the Nottingham Killer.
Yep.
Are you aware of this?
Yep.
So this is a black guy. It's academic that he's black, actually. I just mentioned he's a black guy who was a schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Had severe mental health issues. However, was sufficiently organised to gather a number of weapons, do a bit of planning, and then ended up killing 3 people. I think it was 2 young people and a guy of 65. So he killed this. It was last June, I think he did it. But the CPS, Crown Prosecution Service, who, by the way, my daughter used to work for, they changed his charges from murder to manslaughter.
Yeah.
And the sentence he was given in the end, you may know more about the detail than I, there was an indefinite order for him to be detained in a high security hospital, basically. But my understanding is it's very likely he can be released from that at some point, and then...
If he gets the right doctor signing him off, he can be out within 3 years.
3 years. So the family of this have basically said, justice has not been served here. This guy killed our young kids, and they killed this older guy, and potentially he can be out in 3 years' time. So was justice served there?
Forget justice. He's still a danger.
Mm.
He's a schizophrenic, violent criminal. Now, was justice served? No, it wasn't. The only way justice is served there is if we hang him.
Mm.
Then I say justice was served. What we've done in this country over many decades now, again, it's the woke stuff again.
Yeah.
Mental
By
health.
the way, I don't agree with capital punishment, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I do. And I'd pull that lever for free several days a week as a volunteer.
That may be a job that comes up. I don't know.
But the mayor can't implement that, so don't worry, Greater Manchester. I won't be implementing it.
That's not on your list of policies.
No,
that's I'm being puzzled by this stuff. So
is it justice? No, but because of this woke agenda, mental health now is seen at the same level of racism, of disability. So mental health now, we've got people online.
But that's an interesting...
On Facebook who will put in their bio ADHD, neurodivergent.
They celebrate
their
mental illness.
Celebrate their mental illness. It's something to be, not to be proud of, but to be accepting of. I'm bipolar, motherfucker. I'm sorry, did I say motherfucker? Sorry, I'm just bipolar. So, and we've introduced this into the criminal law. So I don't care if someone is mentally ill when they commit a crime. They've still committed a crime. And the fact they're mentally ill tells me, but they're probably more of a danger than if they weren't mentally ill and committed a crime. And I don't think your state of mind should have any play whatsoever in the criminal justice system in this country. I think he should be locked up for life.
Yeah.
Or, if you have psychiatrists saying he's fine now to be released, we should have them sign contracts that if he offends again, they personally will be held accountable for his crimes. Can I tell you what? No one will sign him off then.
Yeah.
And we've had this conversation before, we need to start giving some of these civil servants, some of these people who run these institutions, skin in the game.
Mm.
So when they make the wrong decision, it affects them in their career at some point.
Yeah.
So that man you released last year for that triple homicide, who you said's on tablets now, he's not taken his tablets for a week and he's now just killed 2 children. You're now being charged with corporate manslaughter because your failed diagnostics led to this death. And we need to start holding people. We're never going to have that, hence why he just needs locking up forever.
So what you said there is actually quite interesting, because what you're talking about here is identity politics effectively pervading now the criminal justice system.
And it has with lots of things, but people still don't realise mental health is one of those things.
Because you're right, I think the mental health thing is pervasive in identity politics now. And we have people like Harry talking about his mental health and all, and William as well talks about his mental health, doesn't he? And it has become, and if we go back to the transvestite thing as well, that's a mental health issue. which has become acceptable to a level of society or to an element of society, is something that is to celebrate, basically. But what you're saying here is actually quite interesting. You're saying, because I hadn't actually thought about that, I was just interested in your views, because I know you feel strongly about certain law and order things. I was interested in your views on whether the sentence was just, but what you're actually saying is the reason it's gone that way, in your opinion, is because the identity politics around mental health is actually giving them effectively leeway to behave in a certain way. Yep. That's what you're saying.
It's absolutely identity politics, and that's why. So let's say you're a white, straight, cis male in this country. Nothing special about you. You get no protection. But you know what? If you say you're trans, or if you don't go that far because you don't like dresses, but let's say you still want some protection, well, you're manic depressive. You're anxious. You're depressed. You're neurodivergent.
Neurodivergent, that's the big
You're
thing, yeah.
bipolar.
Yeah.
You're something. You can make some up because most of these things really don't exist anyway.
Yes.
They're all made up.
Yeah.
And then you're special. Then you've got a reason why you're failing at work. You've got a reason why you're lazy. You've got a reason why you can't get promoted. You've got a reason why you think everyone's picking on you, no one likes you. It's because they're anti-neurodivergent.
Yeah.
So it's victimhood culture again.
Yeah.
But it's an easy one if you're plain white, stale, heterosexual.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the only thing I can grasp to be different and to be one of the special people.
Yeah. No, my sister-in-law used that term, neurodivergent, describing one of her relatives, her other relatives, basically.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she said, but I've not really heard, I have heard it being used, but is that kind of the umbrella term now for people who've got mental issues?
Yeah.
But to apply that label to somebody in the immediate family who, without any kind of medical training or whatever, it's an easy thing to do, isn't it now?
I would say that family member has told her they're neurodivergent. She's just using the correct, knowing you're after this conversation, there's no way she would label somebody.
Yeah.
She is using the label that they told her to use for them.
Oh, so they might have said...
I'm neurodivergent.
Yeah, or little Tommy's neurodivergent. I think, I can't remember who she's talking about, but little Tommy's neurodivergent.
She wouldn't use that label herself without permission of using that label to someone.
But to bandy these labels around is serious. Because I think that you're right about the ADHD thing. A lot of people now, I think I've done it, say he's probably a bit ADHD or he's an obsessive compulsive or whatever. But there's no diagnosis here. But people are now labelling themselves quite happily, whereas when we were young, it was embarrassing to admit you had any kind of mental illness or anything like that.
And now we celebrate it.
Yeah.
So because we celebrate it, of course more people have it.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy gets a round of applause.
Yeah.
Jimmy gets time off work. Jimmy gets special treatment after manager because he's neurodivergent.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm feeling a little bit now neurodivergent myself.
Jimmy gets a reduced sentence, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'm not saying for one, he's mental. I'm not saying for one moment he's playing the card.
No. But is the reduced sentence a direct result of the recognition of this empathy around mental illness? Because your view, I think, is correct. I don't give a stuff whether he's got mental, he's a schizophrenic or whatever. The guy needs to be locked away for life. He's killed 3 people. Yeah. I don't know if they do it now, but when dogs used to attack children,
one bite, put them down.
You didn't do a psychoanalysis of the dog to see if he had schizophrenia or needed particular training. It was put them down because they're a danger. Yeah. They're a danger to society. He is a danger to society, isn't he?
And should be put down.
No.
Almost had
you trapped me there, yeah. He should be locked away. Yeah. Because he's a danger to society. That should be the prevailing decision. But something else has happened here, which is
the normalisation of mental health as an excuse for having low morals, a low work ethic, for for poor behaviour. It's a new way of explaining away your faults.
Yeah.
And that's seeped into our criminal justice system, and it's creeped into HR. How many people I know who are off sick with anxiety? Anxiety. Do you know what anxiety is? Anxiety is your body telling you you need to do something about your life. That's anxiety. It's a warning system. Same with depression. Depression is your body telling you, life's not going well here. You need to make changes. You need to work out what's going wrong and do some changing. What we do now is, well, I've got anxiety and depression. Right, give me some tablets, doctor. I want to quell those feelings. I want to push them all the way down because I don't want to do the hard work of improving my life.
If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.